Going to say this right now, I have not played World of Warcraft, so I can't really do a comparison to that, Can't really look at both of them. So if I don't even mention names or certain terms or anything like that, I apologize. Just never got into it. Anyways. Video game adaptation. Here we go. What's happening, my film nerds? David the Film Junkie here, bringing you a film review of Warcraft! And Warcraft, of course, is a video adaptation of World of Warcraft. Like I said, didn't play it. And it's an interesting tale because, it takes place in the wizardy times, those kind of movies, Lord of the Ring-ish, I guess you could say. But it's not too much like that, of course. And you got the civilization that is orcs, and they are coming through a portal that ties to like the human world. They need to find a new place to live, so they kind of just come through here. But of course, the humans and orcs, there's always been like a war happening. We don't really get along too well. But you got this main orc, I think his name is Gul'dan, who's just kind of like, well, he can suck souls out of creatures, humans, whatever's alive. He could suck the soul out of them. I guess you could say he's like, finish him. You know what I'm talking about. He knows what to do. He's a pretty evil looking dude, that's for sure. And then you got Duraton, who is like, he's an orc warrior, but he's kind of seeing what's going on, and he's thinking, I just had a kid come into the world. Why am I still doing this? I'm supposed to be a leader, but I don't feel like what's going on is necessarily right. And of course you got the human side too, who are like, oh shit, we got these big huge warriors that are coming through this portal. What do? We gotta have magicians. We have this one guy named the Guardian. We gotta have him, and you got a Guardian in training, and we just gotta get all the warriors out to fight these orcs because they're just gonna take over our civilization. So that's pretty much it. And what did I think of Warcraft? I think it was alright. Like I said, I didn't play the game, and I'm not like a huge fan of these types of movies. When it comes to fantasy, not big on it. I'm more about like sci-fi stuff, and when it comes to that, I'm just total nerd. But when it comes to fantasy, not big time nerd. But I will say, I enjoyed this movie a lot more than I thought I would. Duncan Jones directed this movie, and he did a really good job with it because the fight scenes and the CGI I thought were really good. Not to mention the cinematography. Like, he knew where to point the camera, and the mixture of CGI with live action really worked pretty well. Not all the time, but most of the time it did. Like, when I was watching those fight scenes, I was pretty much like, wow, not bad at all. Because they did use mocap, because Duraton, the main dude, was Toby Cabell, or whatever the heck his name is. The guy who played Dr. Doom in that one movie that came out last year. That was him, and I was like, oh shit, didn't even realize. But even like the other orcs, the motion capture was really good. Paula Patton plays like a mixture between a human and an orc, and what's up with Green Girls being so hot still? She's kind of torn between the two because she's both, which is cool. It's a good character, but I will say when it comes to some of like the human characters, as well as, a lot of the acting, a little over the top. But at the same time, I'm going, I think people who like World of Warcraft will like this movie. It does it justice. I would feel, I don't know. To me, it's almost like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, which I reviewed last week. It is what it is. I'm not going to judge it by, oh my god, it's nothing like the game. Fuck you. I'm sure there's fanboys out there that absolutely hate this movie because they can never be pleased. But seeing clips of the game and seeing how this plays out, yeah, I could see that. But you never know. With a world like this, there's so much that's going on, especially since the game is like such a long game. You almost want to think like, okay, condensing it in a 2-hour movie, probably it's gonna have some suffering. It just seems like movies are running through that trend these days. It's like you got to condense so much into 2 hours, 2.5 hours, that you go, what if it was on Netflix, 12 episodes? Probably would work a little better, but they do what they could do, and I think Duncan Jones did absolutely what he could do. And like I said, the CGI, the fight scenes, a lot of it was great. Cinematography, great. A lot of the acting performances, I wasn't too, Ben Foster was a little weird at times, but, it is what it is. So am I going to put it on my wall? Of course not, because I just wasn't a huge fan. I don't see myself like going back into this movie. I enjoyed it a lot more than I thought I would. And if you're a fan of the game, go watch it. If you like fantasy movies, you'll probably enjoy it too, because like I said, the CGI and the fight scenes, Good stuff. So there you have it, guys. That is my review of Warcraft. Let me know if you saw it down below in the balls there, and let me know what you thought about it too. And that's it, guys. Woo, man. 2 movies. I usually don't do 2 movies. It's hard sometimes to do 2 movies, but I was lucky this time. And there was another movie I actually do want to see too. Another sequel that came out this week, and I don't know if I'm going to see it. And I'm rambling for no fucking reason, so I'm just going to stop right now. All right, guys. Talk to you later. And thank you for watching, you beautiful people. You go ahead and hit that like, thumbs up button if you'd be so kind. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Subscribe to my other channel too. Follow me on Twitter, Facebook, Google+, and visit filmjunkie.com for all my videos.